right, part 3, Genesis 39, Joseph and his temptation. How did he handle it? Verse 10 says, because we know Joseph's, or Potiphar's wife wants to start a little bit extra relationship going on here. And Joseph's told her no, but can he withstand? Can he continue to say, no, this is not right, I'm not going to do it? Even though, hey, my life's been bad, I've had all these bad choices, God's not been very good to me, so why not make my flesh happy? Why not enjoy life a little bit? He could have used all those same excuses, but we see that Joseph's focus was established and that he was more willing to serve God. His fear was of disappointing God, and that's, thinking about that should be our goal as well. It doesn't really matter who else is upset or saddened. When it comes down to the rubber meets the road, at the end of the day, it should be, did I disappoint God? Did I disappoint the Lord, who is merciful and gracious to me and was willing to save me? Have I disappointed him today? And that's, yeah. Something to think about. There. All right. And it came to pass, as she spake to Joseph day by day, that he hearkened not unto her to lie by her or to be with her. And it came to pass about this time that Joseph went into the house to do his business, and there was none of the men of the house there with him, and which is a bad thing. Be careful of that. Be careful of that, guys. Be careful going into houses by yourself with another woman that's not your wife. That might sound crude or rude, but just be careful. Be wise, be discerning, and make a good judgment call on whether it's like, well, no, I'll just talk to you out here. And that can be a range of, if you're doing like plumbing work or stuff like that, hey, you got to be working inside the house, but, just be aware. Verse 12, and she caught him by his garment, saying, lie with me. And he left his garment in her hand and fled and got him out. So she's pretty persistent now. She really wants to make this happen. And at this point, it's probably not even, it's probably more of just a game and a challenge of conquest in a sense. There may not be really any physical aspect to it at all. It's just, well, he's refused me and I'm Potiphar's wife. How dare he? I'm going to make sure this happens. I'm going to ruin him. Which in a sense she does. So we might be able to finish this chapter in 3 parts. Verse 13. So what's important was that he ran and got him out. And it came to pass when she saw that he had left his garment in her hand and was fled forth. So, and that's really important. Look over at 2 Timothy 2:22. Let me see if I can find it real quick here. Flee fast. Get out of there fast. Flee also youthful lust, but follow righteousness, faith, charity, peace with them that call on the Lord out of a pure heart. So there's Apostle Paul giving us some wisdom from God. Let's see what happens. So is she willing to let it go and like, well, I didn't get Joseph, that's too bad? No, at this point it's revenge. She's going to make sure that he pays for rejecting her ultimately. In verse 14, that she called forth, she called unto the men of her house, and spake unto them, saying, see, he hath brought in an Hebrew unto us to mock us. He came in unto me to lie with me, and I cried with a loud voice. Yeah, hashtag whatever you want to call it, but she's lying. She was the one initiating. She didn't get what she wanted, so now Joseph's the bad guy. Verse 15, and it came to pass when he heard that I lifted up my voice and cried, that he left his garment with me and fled and got him out. All of this is true, but she's put her own spin onto it. Everything she said is true, except for some words she's moved around to make it sound like Joseph is the initiator compared to herself. So she's real close to the truth. She just moved a couple words around. Sounds like modern headlines today. If you, some of the big news outfits, it's real similar. It's the same basic facts moved around to twist the whole story. So there you go. Fake news, hashtag fake news. And she laid up his garment by her until his Lord came home. So she's just sitting there. She's stewing. She's got her story. She's mad. She's clenched. She's got her face. She's been crying. And she spake unto him according to these words, saying, the Hebrew servant which thou hast brought unto us came in unto me to mock me. And here we tie in again another parallel of Jesus and Joseph, being that they were both falsely accused. Both Jesus and Joseph were falsely accused. Look over Matthew chapter 26, verse 59 to 63 says, this is Jesus before the high priest. Now the chief priests and elders and all the council sought false witness against Jesus to put him to death, but found none. Yea, though many false witnesses came, yet found they none. At the last came two false witnesses and said, This fellow said, I am able to destroy the temple of God and to build it in 3 days. And the high priest arose and said to him, Answerest thou nothing? What is it which these speak against thee, which witness against thee? But Jesus held his peace, and the high priests answered and said to him, I adjure thee by the living God that thou tellest whether thou be the Christ, the Son of God. Here's Jesus' answer. Jesus said to them, Thou hast said, Nevertheless I say unto you, hereafter shall ye see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power and coming in the clouds of heaven. So that was a mock trial. That was a mock trial for Jesus. It was a farce. It was a sham. Good grief. I'm talking about this during the impeachment trial, and all those, the president and all these words are being thrown out. So it's kind of funny. People don't change. Nothing changes. We can have 6,000 plus years, 5,000 years of history, and people act the same. Unless Jesus gets into the mix, people are the same. We're at 6 minutes. We can squeeze a little bit more here. We'll knock it out. Well, no, we better stop it right there, because we have 4 more parallels of Jesus, and we kind of need to cover those. So we're going to have to make it a part 4. Sorry about that. Coming back to you.